Welcome back from that break, and we have been joined in the studio by our woman crush for today, and I'm excited about this. She is TITI OWUSU, as you can clearly see from the video there. And tell you what, she's a generalist and also a genre bending artist. She sings and she writes as well. She was known and got attention around the world after her competition in the Vodafone Icons show. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
That was a nice introduction.
I know, right?
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm very excited for the next few months. Yeah,
I can tell, and we are going to get into that. This is also your second time on the table,
yes.
And it's good to have you back. But you are with Skillion's record team, and tell us, how has your experience been working with them so far?
Skillion's Global, to be honest, has been very good for me as an artist, and especially the kind of artist that I am. I feel like I have more freedom to explore my creativity and not necessarily be put in a box and do certain kinds of genres because that's what's popular or that's what people are bumping to. So I think the decision to be with Skillion's Global was like the right choice for me. Yeah,
I can tell. I mean, even us talking about how genreless you are, you have always never really wanted to be fixed in a box. But then again, if you decide not to hop onto other genres that are making wave, are you thinking that is not really going to help your brand? Because Afrobeat is trending, and for some time now it's still in the system.
Yeah.
If you decide that, look, these are my genres, I'm not going to jump on that, what happens?
I mean, the mere fact that I'm genreless means I do everything. So Afrobeats, I do that. Reggae, I do that. Soul, high life, I do everything. So regardless of if it's what's hot or not, you know, I can, you know, create something.
But do you struggle with letting people know that, okay, I am genreless, but then this is my identity? Do you struggle with that?
I don't think I struggle. It may not make sense to people, but I feel like this journey is going to take, you know, more time to become what I really envision it to be. You know, we all have to start from somewhere, and people may not necessarily get it when you first begin and you're putting in the work, but I believe that the results will show people.
Yeah, I want to take you back to Skillion's. I mean, Skillion's is a huge record label.
Yeah.
And I want to put my question well. I mean, you've not been in our faces for long.
Yeah.
But then you have this deal. I mean, how did you get it though?
Well, I first met Paul. Let me say Paul instead of... after Vodafone Icons, it was somewhere in 2016, and we've worked on so much music. Speaking of not being in people's faces, I don't know how that works. You know, because I wouldn't want to be known for the wrong reasons. True. You know, I would prefer for people to know me for my music, which is working, because if my song has been nominated for the TGMAs, it means I'm doing something right.
Good. Yeah,
exactly. So I think we're making a lot of progress. Yeah.
But before we get into the TGMAs, you know, you were contacted by Sony Music, and how did you receive that when it came? It was a really exciting thing to happen for me. I actually met one of their representatives at a writer's camp, where they were impressed by the work that I put in, and they wanted to talk more. They listened to my catalog, both released and unreleased, and decided it would be good for them to sign me.
Wow.
So that was a really amazing thing for me as an artist and as a writer. Yeah. And especially because they're not even based here, so it's not like, they've studied me for a while. They just got impressed by the work that I put in at the camp and the music that I've created so far. Yeah.
So you can see
we can say that she's blessed.
Yes, because
a lot of artists do not have this.
Absolutely. And you even mentioned that not always in our faces. People try so much to do certain things that they are not supposed to be doing, but they do it anyway because indeed they want to be in our faces so that they are being captured, so that they get the attention of people like this. But unfortunately, that doesn't work. I think concentrating on your craft is very important, and you are a critical example to that. But I want to.
I think she's found out what works for her.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, when it comes to even fashion, like you're not doing anything crazy. You're just being yourself. Creating great music. I mean, your vocals. Let's talk about that.
It's top notch. Very
Thank you
great
so much.
vocals. But before we get into the vocals, I think you can take us a bit back into the Vodafone days. I don't know if that experience, add up to your vocals. Is it something that you already had? How did it come about, especially with the Vodafone Icons competition?
To be honest, not to brag, but I've always, I've always,
Yeah, our woman crush. You're allowed to brag.
Period.
Please give it to us.
So I know this is very cliche because every singer says, "Oh, I started singing when I was young," but that's really what happened for me. Before I could even talk, the person that named me said I was gonna sing. So it wasn't really a surprise to my parents. When I grew up, I was singing in church, at parties, in school. I used to do everything. I'll be doing cultural dance, saying poems and memory verses. I was doing everything. So I've always been interested in entertainment. But the singing had been like the first thing. Like music was always the first thing. No matter where I found myself, it was a constant.
You can tell, even with the way she speaks, the speaking voice even has that.
It's like she's singing.
Raw talent. And it's just there. So, you can.
But how do you maintain it, though? Because, I mean, despite you having a good voice, you can, have issues. You don't have to really do too much. So, how do you maintain your good
To be honest, people ask me all the time, "Oh, what kind of vocal training do you do? And do you..." It's all natural.
Hey, then you're blessed.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so natural.
From signing on to the record label, Skillions, and then working with Sonny and having this amazing voice, it's like your path is already charted for you.
Yeah.
You're just soaring.
I really do think that happens when you're patient and you believe in yourself and you believe that things are going to work out for you. Because I feel like in this part, if you're not doing what everybody else wants you to do, people try to tell you that, "Oh, you're never going to make it. Like, you have to be doing this, or you're never going to get to where you're trying to get to." But if you do not pay attention to that and you just believe in yourself and you're patient and you keep there's no other alternative for success if you keep doing what you're doing. Like, there's no other outcome.
The fact that, the talent is raw, it's very easy that way. So far as you work on it a bit, it works. But you were at Marvin Records, and these will take us to a conversation where we like to advise our artists here in Ghana to explore, go to other countries, take a bit from the try to create a niche there, among other things. What did you pick?
To be honest, about what you just said, I don't think every artist has access to all of the resources to make that happen. For instance, if I wasn't signed onto Sony Music, I would have never been able to go to Maven and record with Ladipo. It would have never happened. So we need to support our artists. We need to provide them with the necessary resources for them to, because there's so much talent. It's unbelievable. The surface hasn't even been scratched. There's so much raw talent in the industry, and we just need to support and invest in them.
But when you talk about support, when you talk about investments, who are you looking at?
I'm looking at the media. I'm looking at everybody. The average Ghanaian.
Corporate Ghana.
To be honest, I'm looking at every single person, because we have to cherish our artists and our musicians. There's something I've realized. A lot of the way that a society thinks or acts is as a result of the kind of material that are being put out by artists. I don't know if you remember, but in the 90s, people used to say, "Oh, love was so nice then." And marriages used to last. That's because people were making real soulful music, music that makes you think about life, that makes you think
really
about
said
love.
something, honestly.
You know,
There's a lot to think about.
Definitely.
these days we don't really write anything. We don't
Talk
think about.
sex and body and all that.
So why are we surprised if our generation is headed that way? You know?
Oh, that's sad.
Because they are influenced by what they hear. Faith comes
Exactly.
by hearing. And so
Yeah.
whatever you hear all the time, you might end up, being like that, oh girl. But do you think Ghanaian musicians have been celebrated enough?
Whew, to be honest, I don't think there's a limit to how much we can be celebrated. I still think we have a way to go.
Right.
We need to cherish our musicians and our artists more, from young to old.
Okay.
You know, we need to respect the profession. I feel like people don't respect music in Ghana here. You could tell someone, "Oh, I'm a musician," and they'll ask you, "Oh, what else do you do?"
Right.
But if I told you I was a doctor, you wouldn't ask me that. If I told you I was an
true.
accountant, you wouldn't ask me
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the profession needs to be respected more.
I mean, when it comes to the female
Right.
musicians, I think we really need to pay attention to them, and I totally agree. But I mean, your journey so far, would you say that you're content or you're fulfilled?
Ooh, I could never be content. I still,
like
feel,
that.
I still
Wanting
feel
more,
like
right?
there's
Still want more.
Yeah.
there's a long way to go. You know, I haven't.
So where is the
Even-
limit? Where is that vision?
Oh, there is no limit, baby.
There's
Genre is limitless.
Grammys, because it looks like every
Yeah.
musician's dream is the Grammys.
I mean, if we do
Right.
make it to the Grammys,
Yeah.
cool.
Why not?
But I think the most important thing to me is the impact. You know, to know that long after I'm gone, my music is still making, an impact in people's lives, or that my music is something to think about, or my music makes people feel good, or it makes them feel loved, or something. Yeah.
Okay,
and you
so-
know,
right.
before Helen, you come in, they say that you're what you think.
Yeah.
And I can tell that growing up, you were loved.
Oh, yeah.
You come from a good family where
There's love.
I'm not talking about finances, but then there's love, there's attention. Because I listen to your song, it's soulful.
Yeah.
And kudos to your parents for that.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't grow up in the most peaceful environment.
Yeah.
I have been through some things, but it's not an excuse for me to not
Yeah.
reach greater heights. You know, I've always thought I could do better than where I came from. You know, and so that's why I always try to work hard and try to do my possible best. Because if I don't do it, then there's nothing to fall back on.
You know, I experience it
Just giving us a
sometimes.
lot, yeah.
You decide whether that situation will make you bitter or better, because if it's not so roseful, and then you are this lovely,
you can choose
preaching
to be
so
the
much
better
love.
person.
Yeah, it's a decision
Definitely.
you would have to make. But did your nominations at the TGMs come as a surprise to you?
I'm not going to lie, I was surprised. I mean, I knew there had been a submission, right?
Okay.
But what I expected was unsung. Because when you're a new artist, everybody expects, you move from unsung, then to new artist, then to...
to artist of the year.
But this time I was like, female vocal performance. And I was like, oh my God, okay.
paying attention.
Okay. I was really surprised, I'm not going to lie. But it was a pleasant one. And I'm really looking forward to the show.
How many nominations so far?
One nomination
Wow.
for now.
And vocalist
Right.
is
Vocal.
It's heavy.
Yeah, very heavy. Are you
Very
very
heavy.
confident that you are going to win that category?
Even if I don't win, the mere fact that I've been nominated alone
Yeah.
is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Really, really big deal.
Okay.
But your general thoughts about our award system in Ghana? Your general thoughts about them?
I think there should be more award shows, to be honest. To be honest, I feel like a lot of the alternative artists don't get recognition because
That's true.
there's no show to expose, their music. So I think if we could get like multiple award shows,
Right.
keep some competition.
Then,
But
the
with-
competition,
right,
then
yeah.
those that will say that they are not credible.
And
then,
all that.
Then we can have the credible
Right,
ones out there. Yeah, I agree.
And some say some are not credible, some are this. But what of the TGMA? What's your take on that award scheme?
I mean, TGMAs, well, formerly known as VGMAs, has been around for I don't think there would have Okay, aside VGMAs, there's 3 music awards as
Yes,
well.
there's-
So yeah, that's
yeah.
2 now.
Yeah.
We still want more though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they've
have
been doing
the
amazing
USA.
so far.
They have the USA and then in the UK.
Yeah.
Ghana Music Award.
Oh wait,
UK
I
and
actually
the
do
USA.
have a nomination on the USA one as well for new
You see?
artists.
You see?
New artist of the year. Yeah.
Can we say this is your year?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it's getting to my year
Yeah.
because
It's
when
been
my
a
year
very
comes,
long journey coming.
when my year comes, my name is going to be everywhere. Amen.
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 Should we be
I'm
looking?
effeminate.
That's it. It's good to affirm, you know.
Yeah.
But should we be looking out for some collaborations? You mentioned Ladipo. Who else are we looking out for from you?
Ooh, I am working. I've already worked with Brian the Mensa, but we are
Yeah.
currently working on a project. I can't tell you what kind of project
Why
it is.
not?
yet.
Why not? Why not?
Yet.
See, here,
Yet. Yet.
Right.
Spare it all, please.
Right.
Don't starve us. Give us something.
You know,
Just
I
a
will give you the
little bit.
information as soon as I have it as a whole. But for now, we're working on it. You know, I'm updating you guys with the information as we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
For right now, we're still in the working stage.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
the last time you came here, I mentioned that you do well with Amare.
Yeah.
I don't know what I
Well,
ever did.
Okay.
Yeah, but try and
She's
work with her.
awesome and she's sexy.
Right.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
definitely.
Try and do
There's
something
some
with
few
her.
things in common. So
Yeah.
right.
We do?
voice.
Some few, not in the looks, but in the style of music and
That's
all
a compliment because I
Right.
think she's very, you know.
And
She's
you
a
are
baddie.
absolutely great too.
Thank you.
Right. So, do you have a favorite Ghanaian male artist? I mean, we've spoken about some collaboration with them. Do you have a favorite male artist here in Ghana?
Would it help if I have a list?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Go
Because
ahead.
I have a, I feel like
The
I have
tallest.
a, yeah.
Oh no! Then you are trying to be political. One.
Yeah. Diplomatic.
Yeah.
No, but I really do like a lot of them.
Okay.
I have quite a number.
Okay.
I have quite a number. And I mean, everybody says this, but
Yeah.
Sarkodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's EL. There's Jada Roby.
Okay.
There's Mr. Drew. I have a song with Mr. Drew as well. So
Right.
there's Brian the Mensa. Who? Oh my God! I should have made a list before I came here, to be
Yeah.
honest, because
You didn't know we were going to put you on the
a lot.
spot.
It's a lot.
But I mean, talking about collaborations with female artists.
Yeah.
Have you tried to collaborate with any of them?
I have actually. The latest song that my voice was on SD Legends project, formerly known as A Selfie.
Okay.
The project is called You Will Know My Name, and I'm on a song called Bum Bum.
Bum bum.
Yeah, it's, you know, a very girly,
Yeah.
you know, sexy type of song. Yeah. we
Is she
did
the
our
only
thing.
one you
Yeah.
approached for a collaboration?
Um,
Have you
this-
approached any of the female artists?
I have. I mean, we're still working on it.
Because I want to know whether if it's difficult getting
Yeah.
them to work with
I think
you.
it really depends on the status. You know, naturally, it's harder to get to people who have more fame.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter if it's female or male.
Right.
Okay.
You're still going to go through it a little bit, you know. It's normal.
Okay.
It's industry.
She's
Alright.
very diplomatic. 'cause-
Yeah. She has a way around
Yeah.
it.
She doesn't want any problem.
Right. But sometimes problems are good. It's not always that
I
you
know.
should love
Problems are
peace.
not good though.
Sometimes you don't have to love
She
peace.
doesn't
Some
want to
sort
be
of,
in our
you know,
I mean, peace is boring, but it's good.
Yes, peace
Yeah.
is just somebody's middle name.
She doesn't want controversies.
Right. But I mean, let's get back to the TGMAs.
Yeah.
Will you be surprised, or how is it going to be for you if you do not pick up that award?
Ooh, I guess we'll have to find out. But I don't think I'll feel
Right.
bad or anything.
Yeah.
Like the nomination was a surprise. You know, it's different if I had been planning
Yeah.
to, you know, get this nomination. But the fact that they even know my name, like
That's a lot.
they've said this your song is enough to get you
Vocalist.
Ooh,
Vocalist.
That's
top,
enough.
Top tier.
Vocalist.
yeah.
But can you
Yeah.
take us through the process if your fans would like to vote for you?
Unfortunately, this particular category
Right.
wouldn't be voted for. I think it would be decided by.
It
Then
makes
you
sense.
have zero options at all, because in the case
Makes
where
sense.
you be voted for, you would now want people to vote for you, because
Yeah.
usually they will ask of if one has voted or hasn't
Yeah.
voted. So this is quite unfortunate, but we'll be wishing you the very best on
Yeah.
that. I
Thank
think you are positive about it, isn't it?
I am.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, let me come to this question. When it comes to women in the industry, music industry, we are limited by birth, marriage, and all that.
Yeah.
How do you see the future? Do you think that marriage and birth will slow you down a little, or you're gonna go for your career that I'm gonna hold on with birth and marriage until I attain success?
I really don't think it's necessary to hold off on marriage and birth just because you're a woman in the music industry. I think you can do both at the same time.
Yeah.
If this year has taught us anything, the actress for The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
she's giving birth.
Right.
She's making
Bailey,
music.
Yeah.
She's being featured in movies, all at the same time.
True.
There's absolutely no reason to say, oh, if you're making music, then you can't do the other. Absolutely
Right.
no reason.
So when it
I
comes
think
to
you-
Absolutely
will, right?
no reason for that. But then, we'll be diving a bit more into all that when we come back from this short break. The conversation is definitely getting really hot in here. So don't go anywhere. We are back shortly. Back from that short break, and we are still live here on Entertainment Review on Metro TV, and we'll be having a great discussion with the journalist TITI OWUSU. Now, tell us what are we? You know, you have a new project out, and I love the song. The vocals are top notch. It's not surprising that you have gotten that award. Tell us what influenced that beautiful piece.
Make Me Believe is a song about hope for love. I know in this generation, a lot of us have been through it.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for people to say, oh yeah, I still believe in love. I actually took a poll on my Instagram, and 70% came out saying they don't
They have
believe in
seen
love
Shaggy.
anymore.
The Shaggy their eyes have seen.
I tell
I'm
you.
telling you, you don't want to know.
People have seen Shaggy.
I'm telling you.
So, you know, this song is just to say that even though I've been through a lot, I still have hope. That,
Beautiful piece. You know, sometimes after some experiences in love and relationships, you might not even want to give your heart at all. I know someone, I'm not mentioning names, but look, it's difficult.
With your full chest.
It's difficult for you to now go back and say you will love them because you trust people and they let you down. People are strange. They can switch up within the next second. It's crazy.
Experience is talking.
Right. But then again, you can see that love is beautiful. People love people. They show them all the love, the roses. It's a beautiful thing. So don't give up on hope. I love this one. What are you targeting, apart from the message? Where do you want to reach with this particular project?
To be honest, my hope is for more people to connect to it and to hear it. I think that's every artist's dream, that your work, you know, crosses borders and reach audiences that you've never even met.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's what I hope for.
Yeah, we hope for that as well. I mean, just like Kid Promise, who is making Ghana proud, you know, in Asia, like really, people would expect that. How would they understand the language? But they're able to connect. We're hoping that and more for you. But time is already out. We're already out of time. And we had a very beautiful conversation with you. Thank you
so
very
much.
much, Titi, for passing through.